I'm gonna use this comment as a good way to explain the difference between Blue Lotus and cannabis. Now, for anyone interested in astral projection or lucid dreaming or accessing transcendental states of consciousness, I highly recommend getting your hands on some Blue Lotus. Now, on Holistic Remedies for Ascension, all the Blue Lotus I carry is indigenous. There's a lot of inauthentic Blue Lotus in America. Most people that think they tried Blue Lotus never had real potent Blue Lotus. This flower was heavily revealed in ancient Kemet for its psychoactive abilities. Patently, a lot of people that assume and believe they tried Blue Lotus actually had purple Thai flower and never had real indigenous Blue Lotus. It's important that you make sure that your Blue Lotus has the yellow pistil in the middle, okay? Typically, a plant is composed of the pistil. The pistil is the female part of the plant, all right? And holds a lot of cosmic energy. Blue Lotus is composed of apomorphine as well as nuciferine. And a lot of nuciferine is in the purple or blue part, but the apomorphine typically is in the yellow part, all right? And that's what a lot of people don't get when they get Blue Lotus. And that's why you want to make sure that you have the full petal, and that's what I do have available on Holistic Remedies. One of the primary problems with smoking cannabis is it actually puts you in a delta state. All right, with Blue Lotus, it actually puts you in the theta state because it creates activity in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is required in order to successfully ascertain a transcendental state of awareness. All right, you need activity in the prefrontal cortex of the brain. Typically with cannabis, it puts you right in a delta state. When you're in a theta state, you're vibrating between 4 and 7 hertz, all right? That's the vibratory state that you're in. And this is what the apomorphine and the nuciferine helps you accomplish in the Blue Lotus flower. Now, the main parts of a flower is the male part called the stamen and the female part called the pistil. Now, the stamen has 2 parts, cosmic family, anthers and filaments, all right? And typically the anther's job is to carry the pollen, and the pollen is typically the yellow part you see. The lotus flower grows in water, cosmic family, okay? And the roots, which are scientifically called rhizomes or lotus roots, actually connect to the bottom of the water, all right? So in perspective, the Blue Lotus is actually all 4 elements, if you think about it, because it's composed of water, earth, because it's vegetation. When you smoke it, you get fire, and then wind at the same time because of the air element. All right, so you get all 4 elements when you utilize Blue Lotus, and that's what makes it so magical. Again, for all those that may have tried Blue Lotus but didn't get really much of an effect, a lot of the Blue Lotus sold in America doesn't have a lot of the pollen in it. The yellow part, the pistil, the female part of the plant, that divine feminine. Most plants are hermaphrodite, all right? You have to remember that. They need the divine masculine and feminine to work as a cohesive unit for you to fully reap the benefits of a astral projection experience. Just like when you get into a lucid dream or astral projection experience, you need the left and right hemisphere of the brain to be a cohesive unit like the Star of David. This is just how, similar to how Blue Lotus work. You need the divine feminine and masculine working in unison in order to get that real indigenous effect. Instead of smoking cannabis before bed, I recommend switching it with Blue Lotus, okay? You're gonna notice a tremendous difference in your dreams. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible to have a dream while smoking cannabis, okay? Because I smoke cannabis and I still dream, but it's completely different when you utilize Blue Lotus. It allows you to stay more fixed in the dream as well. All right, typically if you're having an astral projection experience or a lucid dream, sometimes the excitement can wake you up. The beautiful thing about apomorphine is it allows you to still stay in that fixed position reality where you're still experiencing the lucid dream or astral projection experience that you're in. All right, that's the beautiful thing about Blue Lotus in comparison to cannabis. Cannabis, sometimes you can still pop out because typically you're in a delta state. So oftentimes if you use cannabis, you would actually see your visions more hazy, so to speak. You may not see the faces very clear, right? It may be foggy in your lucid dream. But with the Blue Lotus, is 4K. It's crystal clear. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual exploration, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.